In August 1970, the Strategic Air Command conducted an operational base test of the Minuteman missile at Grand Forks Air Force Base, North Dakota. The test was named Giant Prophet and employed modified operational missiles designated MOM. The objective was to assess the launch reliability of the Minuteman force. For this test, 10 operational missiles were specially modified at Hill Air Force Base, Utah, and transported to Grand Forks. They were then postured and underwent a simulated launch. The launch provided a test of the missile and interfacing operational ground equipment from key turn through simulated ignition. Modification of the operational missiles was accomplished at Plant 77 of the Ogden Air Materiel Area, Hill Air Force Base. To preclude motor propellant ignition, the safing and arming devices for the missile were modified by removing the igniters and installing ignition prevention devices. A plunger assembly was installed in the Stage 1 interstage panel to indicate ignition was accomplished. Successful ignition would cause the plunger to be extended. Other squib-fired circuits were similarly inactivated. The arm-disarm switch for interstage removal was rendered safe by removal of the propellant charge. The liquid injection thrust vector control arm-disarm switch was inactivated by removal of the propellant charge and terminating all electrical signals. Each stage was marked MOM for Modified Operational Missile. After all ignition and squib-fired devices were inactivated, the MOM was assembled, minus the reentry vehicle and guidance and control unit. A shipping and storage container was used to transport the MOM from Hill Air Force Base to Grand Forks. At the base, the MOM was transferred from the shipping and storage container to the transporter erector. Once the missile was transferred to the transporter erector and secured, it was then moved to the test launch facility. At the launch facility, the transporter erector was used to install the missile into the launcher. Normal operational maintenance procedures were used in the installation of the MOM. No special procedures were devised for this installation. The MOM was connected in the same manner as an alert configured missile. For the Giant Prophet test, a reentry vehicle simulator was employed in place of the operational reentry vehicle. In all other respects, with the igniter removed, the MOM was identical to operational missiles on alert at Grand Forks launch facilities. Operational ground and flight program tapes were incorporated. One flight of 10 modified operational missiles and one launch control center were used for this test. The test was initiated by an exercise execution message transmitted from headquarters, Strategic Air Command. Missile combat crews accomplished all required launch actions. For this test, emergency combat crew procedures utilizing 2 crews were required. The test flight was electrically isolated from the remainder of the wing's operational missiles, and test unique enable and launch codes were used. Enable and launch commands were actually transmitted to the MOMs using operational alert equipment. As part of the test, one launcher closure door was exercised. It was successfully operated during the terminal countdown sequence. The guidance and control unit umbilical cable was successfully separated. Stage 1 ignition was accomplished as indicated by the extension of the plunger. All test objectives of Giant Prophet were met, and this test was considered a success. After the test, each MOM was replaced by an operational missile, and the launch facility was restored to its full alert configuration. Other tests employing modified operational missiles are planned for the remaining Minuteman wings. The successful completion of this test indicated that the Minuteman missile could actually have been launched from an operational launch control facility.